Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen my reel that I did where I tried growing some Anthurium from seed. I will leave it up here so you can see the process that I took to grow these Anthurium from seed. And what I'm doing today is I'm going to be taking them out of their little makeshift greenhouse, which is just 2 clear pots that I've put together, and I am going to be potting them up as separate little babies. Of course I'm going to be using tree fern fibre to do this. So yeah, I thought I would film it and show you the process. So these are the little Anthurium seedlings. These are Anthurium bakeri or bakerii, however you pronounce it. I'll leave the name on the screen. So I've grown all these little babies from seed. So I'm going to take them out of here and I'm going to pot them up, and I'm probably going to plant them in maybe pots of 2. But yeah, let's get started. Okay, so of course I'm going to be using tree fern fibre as my substrate of choice. Even though they are currently in moss, I just prefer to grow in fern fibre. And I'm also going to be using these small 6cm clear pots so I can keep an eye on the plant's roots as they grow. So I guess I'm just going to take the little plants out like that. There's still a few in there. Okay, I think I've got them all. So now I'm just going to very carefully remove them from the moss. Now if you follow me on Instagram, you would know this is my first time ever growing Anthurium from seed. I'm pretty stoked that it was successful. I thought it would be a lot trickier than what it was, but it actually was pretty easy. Now these plants are very delicate. Obviously they've only got 1 leaf and 1 very small root. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be very careful not to damage that little root, because that is its life source while it's still so small. So if I can't separate them completely into sets of 2, I will just plant them up as is. So this is a little cluster of 3, so I'm just going to plant them together as a cluster of 3, and I'm going to leave the moss on. There's no point in damaging its roots trying to remove the moss. It may as well just stay on there, and then they can root down into the fern fibre as they grow. I always get a lot of questions on Instagram why I love fern fibre so much, and honestly it's such an easy substrate to use. It's made here in New Zealand, and I've never had a plant that doesn't like fern fibre. It's got the perfect amount of aeration and moisture retentiveness. It's just a really good all-round substrate, and yeah, I really love it. So that's the first 3 done. I'm being super delicate. I'm not pushing I'm not compacting the fern fibre down. I'm just basically tapping it in there lightly so the roots have contact with the fern fibre. There's 2 done. About 700 more to go. That is what a baby Anthurium looks like. As you can see, that is its root there. That is the seed that it is growing from, and that's its first true leaf. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it on camera, but there is a little green dot here, and that is where the second leaf is going to emerge. So that is what we are potting up today, tiny baby Anthurium. And then this is what they look like potted up. So this was a little cluster that I couldn't separate. I didn't want to damage all the little roots, so this is going to be a nice little full plant. But that is sort of what they are looking like that. So these are all the little Anthurium all planted up into their little pots. As you can see, I got quite a few. So some are multiple planted, some are triple planted, and some there are 4 in. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give them all a thorough water in with some CCS. Now if you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I swear by this stuff. It is like the miracle growth and root grower. This is specifically designed for cuttings and seedlings and propagations where you really want to promote root and foliage growth. So yeah, I swear by this. I use this on every propagation I do for myself and my shop. Absolutely love it. I'll leave a link to my website down below where you can get it. It is from Growth Technology. Yeah, absolutely fantastic stuff. Highly recommend if you haven't already. Now, because they have been in a really humid environment, I have just sterilized and cleaned one of my little mini prop boxes, which I'm going to put these in once I've watered them in. And then I think I'm going to keep it in my grow tent still so it gets the bright light and it stays warm, because we are in autumn heading into winter, so I want these to have the best start in life possible, and my grow tent is really nice and warm. So that is where these guys are going to live. So this is them all watered in with the CCS solution. Now I'm going to pop the greenhouse lid on and put them into my grow tent. Okay, that is them. I'm going to leave the vents open at the top because obviously I've just watered them in and I want some of that water to evaporate out. Like, I don't want them to be sitting in water. So yeah, that is them. I'm going to pop them in my greenhouse. I'm going to pop them in my grow tent. Probably they're just going to sit on the floor for now. Down on the floor like that, so they get the light from the grow light and they stay nice and warm. And I'll keep you updated with how they grow. Okay, so it's a few weeks later now, and I thought I would give you an update on how the little Anthurium are growing. And as you can see, they have all sized up a little bit more, which is super exciting, despite the fact that I actually kicked this I kicked this prop box over in my grow tent, and I still haven't fully cleaned it up properly, but I kicked them over. They all fell out of their pots, but despite that, they're actually doing really well. And yeah, I can't wait to keep seeing them growing. So make sure you follow me on Instagram, because I will be posting more regular updates on how these grow. If you found this video interesting, maybe consider subscribing and give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.